everybody, welcome. My name is Melissa. Today I'll be demonstrating a relaxing and immune supporting chest and head massage. I've designed this to be a follow along tutorial for yourself and a partner. However, a lot of what I'm showing you can be easily modified so that you can do it on yourself as a solo DIY sort of thing. And if you're interested in more techniques, I also have a DIY immune reflexology video. And this is a part of an ongoing immune health series. So you have lots of resources for you if you're starting to feel sick or like you're coming down with a cold. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, both myself and my partner are propped up pretty comfortably, right? So I've got decent posture right now, and Mandy has her knees supported. So it's really important that both you and your partner are fully supported while doing body work. You want to be comfortable and have good posture, basically, right? We want to create the minimal amount of strain on any of our joints. And since we are looking to create a healing space that's going to be compromised, if you're straining your low back or putting too much pressure on your wrist or thumb. And also, since this is more of a relaxing and immune supportive protocol designed for somebody who's starting to get sick, we're doing a little bit less today. This is slightly more about feeling good, but also taking into account how when the body's reserves are being tapped in order to fight off an oncoming infection, the body is more sensitive, and so there's less vital energy around because it's all being used up on the immune system. So we don't want to do too much deep work because it might be overstimulating. And so finally, just remember that by helping your partner feel good and relax, you are supporting the immune system by lowering stress hormones like cortisol, which suppress the immune system. So taking a deep breath, let's just begin at the scalp. So in addition to just being incredibly relaxing, scalp massage can be really helpful for some of the tension headaches that we might get if we're feeling sick, whether it's from just the aches and pains from the flu or if there's sinus pressure. And oftentimes when we're sick, there's probably some subluxations going on in the spine, and that's just a fancy way of saying that the spine is slightly out of alignment. And so, I find that a scalp massage, while it's not the same thing as a chiropractic adjustment, it definitely can release and relieve some tension that I feel in my neck. And it just feels really good, and just, again, remember to check in with your partner about pressure, especially if they're fluey, because you can get kind of achy and extra sensitive when you're sick. So again, we're going for relaxing and gentle. And just as a little sidebar, if you do get body work when you're starting to feel sick, definitely go with a more gentle modality. This is not the time for a deep tissue massage. And then make sure that you're taking it easy afterwards and giving your body plenty of time to heal. If you're starting to feel sick and you get a massage, you're going to be in a more sensitive state almost. And this is going to be really helpful if you rest and take it easy, but it could make you more vulnerable to other behaviors that might be totally fine when you're in a strong state, working really hard, or, even just being more active, or even being dehydrated. That's going to potentially affect you more if you get some really intense body work while your immune system is slightly compromised. So, go for things like chiropractic massage or craniosacral, or maybe even some acupuncture. All right. So I also really like ear work. The ears are full of acupressure points. And, again, when we're talking about just something that's going to feel really good and help somebody deeply center and relax and come into their body. Something I like to do, especially if I have something going on with my sinuses, is to use essential oils on my ears. And so any essential oil you like. Some good immune ones are eucalyptus and oregano. You of course want to dilute. For the ears, I would do 1 drop per tablespoon of oil. All right. So then moving into the face. So if you have some sinus stuff going on, the pressure points right here at the ends of the eyebrows, right here, and then really working all along under the cheekbones. And there's lots of pressure points, and you'll feel like these really tender areas. And so you just want to move evenly along the cheekbones. And then spend some time, either if you're doing this on yourself or on a partner, make sure you spend some time on the jaw. Not only is the jaw muscle, the strongest muscle in the face, there's a correlation between our jaw and emotional stress. And, again, when we're fighting off something, then we're going to be a little bit more vulnerable to, unprocessed emotions. And it's pretty common for, some kind of emotion to be expressed through a cold or a flu. So that can kind of give you some good support. And then I'll come along and do some stuff underneath the jaw. So I'm going to be using just a little bit of facial toner on my hands to get started. You're going to want to check in with your partner about their makeup situation if they are wearing makeup. And then also, before you use any kind of oil or cream, you just want to check in and make sure that they don't have super sensitive skin, or that they're going to be okay with whatever you're using. And the thing about face massage is it's pretty easy to do without any kind of oil. So it'll slightly be more about firm pressure and pressure points rather than like flowing strokes. So it's really important to breathe. Remember to breathe while you're working on somebody. And if you're relaxed, they'll be more relaxed. So I really like this kind of upward movement here. We're working underneath the jaw, all along the jaw. So that leads us up into the mandibular area. And so, as we move up, we can kind of hit some of those pressure points on the underside of the cheekbone. you just want to go really slow. Let the flesh just melt underneath your fingers. So we're holding with light pressure, or we're gently pulling. There's a sense of softness and almost stillness. I'm really letting her flesh move me, right? If you're working at home, you'll probably want maybe a pillow underneath your partner's head. We took the pillow away just to give you guys a better view. So kind of what I'm doing now is, so I'm hooking right underneath the cheekbone. How's this pressure? It's fine. Okay. I'm going to back up just a little bit. So you kind of hook under, and then you can roll over, some of these pressure points on the cheekbone. And you might need to go really slowly and gently at first, especially if there's any kind of sinus inflammation or infection. And then we'll close with eyebrow points. Stroke along the whole eyebrow. It can feel good to do some work into the temples. Just make sure you go really gently in this area. All right, so from here we're going to move down into the chest. Now, I like to do chest massage on myself when I'm feeling sick. This opens up the lymphatic system, which is, the first part of our immune system, that basically filters out, our blood. And so anything we can do to create openness, in the chest, especially around the upper arms, and then into the axillary or the armpits, that's going to be super helpful. Specifically though, let's look at pectoral major and then pec minor. And so something that seems to happen when we get sick is there can almost be, our bodies almost contract, right? We start trying to conserve resources. Maybe we're starting to get it's easier to get dehydrated. And so what happens when we get tense and dehydrated is that our muscles get tight, and where there should be like fluidity and juiciness in between the muscular and connective tissue layers, they can get kind of sticky and stuck, which, that impedes the flow of blood and specifically lymph fluid, which can, either lead to you potentially getting sick or staying sick longer. And so especially if you're just starting to feel sick, anything you can do to boost your lymphatic system or support your lymphatic system. And so the lymphatic system it's almost like a passive circulatory system. It looks just like the network of arteries and veins that we have. But instead of having an active pump like our heart, The lymphatic system flows by musculature contraction. So the classic exercise for creating flow in the lymphatic system is bouncing. So jumping on a trampoline, anything to, it's kind of moving you up and down. And so gentle exercise at this point can be really helpful for starting to get sick. This is not the time to do a workout that drains your batteries, right? You still want to have energy afterwards, but, increasing our circulation, getting all of our fluids moving throughout our system, that's going to help us, all the organs stay healthier, and it will help clean out the icky stuff, So another factor for when we're just starting to get sick is to support your body's natural waste systems. So one way to approach both how your body gets rid of things that don't serve it and to support the immune system, something you can do is apply heat. So whether that's going in a sauna or taking a hot, steamy bath or shower, and then curling up under a big fluffy blanket and kind of cooking yourself a little bit. Heat is very supportive. When things are warm, they're going to be more fluid and soft. It's when things start to get cold that we start getting constriction and tension. And so this is why foods like ginger are really helpful for supporting the immune system. And ginger is a very warming food. Well, actually, fresh ginger has a neutral temperature effect, but I think it still has some warming actions though, even if it's fresh. But then it's the dried ginger that has like a really hot temperature. And so when it comes to the arms, so we have our bicep and then our deltoid, the front part of our deltoid. So these are all going to play into the chest and pectoral muscle because the pec attaches over here on the top of the arm. And so I'm using a lavender essential oil right now, lavender massage oil. But you can use eucalyptus oil or thieves oil as long as they're properly diluted, and that can be really effective for supporting the lymph system, if you're rubbing this onto your chest and upper arms. All right, so take it easy, stay hydrated, be more gentle both in your body work and in your approach to life so that you can conserve resources. And also because your system is just a little bit more vulnerable and sensitive when you're starting to fight something off. Apply heat and self-massage liberally until you feel better. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you found this video useful and supportive. If this helps one person stay healthy or reduce the duration of a cold, I will have done my mission. Please check out the rest of my immune support series as we move into the winter seasons. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care, my loves.